What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here. This is Criminal Minds, Season 11, Episode 20, Inner Beauty. Title that makes a whole lot of sense, considering what this is about. This was a pretty good one, mainly because, like I've said before in my other reviews of Criminal Minds, one of the good things about the show is whenever they focus on the team. And so those episodes, whenever it's like you open with the serial killer, and then that's it, you're just following him throughout the entire episode. There's nothing going on with the team. There's no interaction with the team. It's just them figuring out the case. Those aren't as good because we've seen that for 11 seasons now. It's gotten old, to be honest. It got old in like season 9. And so whenever they don't focus on the team, the episode tends to be not as good. It tends to be a bit more, okay, so what's this killer do? Oh, he does that? Oh, okay. So this is another example of, you've got Rossi visiting his grandson. It's his grandson's birthday. His son-in-law is there, but Joy is out of town. She's, reporting somewhere crazy. And then his ex-wife, Joy's mom, shows up. Kind of had this story before, and honestly, this team has to be the unluckiest team ever. Because it felt, you think back to Hotch and, what's her name? Crap. His wife that got killed. I can't think of her name for some reason. Crap. But you think back to then, and you think about all the times when she was like, this job just comes before us. He's like, no, I swear it doesn't. She's like, take it. It felt like that always happened right at the worst possible time. Once again, as Rossi's talking to his ex-wife, she's like, I just felt like, the job always came first for you. And he's like, no, I swear, I'm not the same person. His grandson comes back into the room, and he's like, alright, so what are we gonna do next, buddy? I gotta take this. It's like, why does that always happen? Right at the wrong moment. And I have had a bit of a gripe before, not on this channel, but just watching other shows, watching this show, seeing whenever you're with somebody else and you've got this job that is a part of who you are, and it's like, it's not like you're doing nothing. It's not like, you're just going and working at a restaurant. It's like, the job always comes first. No, it doesn't. My job is important, but you always... And then somebody calls, hey, our fryer didn't show up. We need you to come in. That would be different. But this is, you're working for the FBI. You're stopping serial killers. That's kind of a big deal. I've never understood, like, that thought of, I can't accept that part of you, even though you're doing a lot of good over there, even though you're stopping bad guys from killing more people. I can't accept that. It's always been kind of frustrating, but this one makes a bit more sense because it's not this currently. It's not the job he has now. It's how he was back then. He really was, the job is his main focus. That was his main focus back then. So much so to where he actually did neglect her a lot. So it makes a bit more sense. It's not as stupid as as Hotch trying to be there for his family while also trying to stop serial killers from killing people. And then his wife is just like, you're not here enough, you don't care about us. It's like, no, he clearly does. He's just got an important job to do. That one didn't make any sense. This one makes more sense. Long story short. So, you've got Rossi dealing with that. You have a moment where JJ realizes something's wrong, talks to him about it, and says, I'm on your side, I understand, I'm right there with you, but you need to understand her point of view as well. Just as far as not telling him about Joy, as far as, why she didn't tell him, well, what would you have done? Do you really think you would have been there for her back then? Now, obviously you would have, but back then, do you really think you would have been able to do that? So it was handled well, and that's what makes this an enjoyable episode. The serial killer himself was fairly interesting. We've seen something like this before, where serial killer has an object of his obsession. In this case, this may be the first time that we've had this sort of obsession where he had a girlfriend who then got deformed, and so now she killed herself because of this deformity. Now he's trying to get these girls with the same, like he's putting this deformity on them. That's a bit creepy, and I don't know if we've seen that exact storyline, but we've seen a lot of similar storylines. Um, so, like I said, it's not really the case that is intriguing anymore, unless they have, some really intense serial killer in the background going on, like something that, like the Assassins at the first half of the season. That was good. Now it's kind of like, just regular old serial killers don't really get the show going. It's whenever they really focus on the team and we find out what's going on with them. That's what keeps you watching and wondering what's going to happen with them next. So overall, I'd say it was a pretty good episode. Nothing spectacular, nothing bad, but it was average. And I guess the main thing going forward is, where is this season going? That's going to be the question being asked a lot over the next few weeks, because we're nearing the season finale. I think there's normally 24 episodes in a season. This was the 20th. So we should be hopefully getting a storyline that may span over one episode. I would love to see that. I don't want it to be just like this one episode that was really crazy. I don't know. That would be awful. But hopefully they have a plan in place. I think this has been renewed for season 12. So, well, no, never mind. I forget. They normally do that at the end of the season. So I don't know where they're going with it. If they do end it on a cliffhanger, obviously they're hoping that season 12 comes around, but who knows? We'll see. So anyway, that's it for this review. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with what I said? We can discuss future stuff, what's going on with Rossi right now, if that's going to have any bearing on the show later. Leave a like and subscribe for more Criminal Minds. I'll see you at the next review. Peace out.